Hello everyone, welcome you all back to my YouTube channel, and today I will tell you 5 money mistakes I used to make and also how I fixed them. Alright, today I'm going to be real with you. I've made some pretty bad money mistakes in my life, and for a long time I was too embarrassed to talk about them, but then I realized if I had someone to warn me earlier, things could have been very different. So today I'm sharing the 5 biggest money mistakes I used to make and exactly how I fixed them. Let's go. Well, the first mistake is spending money before it even arrived. You know that feeling when payday is coming and you're already planning what you're going to buy. Yeah, that was me every single month. I would mentally spend my money before it even hit my bank account. And by the time I actually got paid, I had already committed to spending most of it. The result, I was already broke by middle of the month. So how I fixed it, I stopped making spending plans before I had the money in my hand. Instead, the moment I got the money, I followed a very simple order: saving first, bills second, then whatever was left was mine to spend. That shift alone changed everything. The second mistake is that I used to think that small purchases don't matter. A coffee here, a snacky there, a random thing I saw online for just $10. None of it felt like a big deal at the moment. But when I actually sat down and added it all up, at the end of the month, I was shocked. All those small insignificant portions were quietly draining my account. So how I fixed it, I started tracking every single portion. Yes, even small ones. I used a simple notes app on my phone. Once I could see the full picture, I became more and more intentionally about where my money was going and what to buy. The third mistake was living without a budget. Okay, for a long time, I thought budgeting was only for people who were struggling or rich people managing big amounts of money. So I never bothered. I just spent and hoped for the best. Well, let me just give you a spoil. Okay, hoping for the best is not a financial strategy. So how I fixed this problem, I finally created my first budget, and it was very simpler than I expected. I listed my income, then I listed all my expenses and made sure my expenses were less than my income. That's it. Okay. I used the 50-30-20 rule: 50 for needs, 30 for wants, and 20% for savings. It's not perfect, but it gave me a structure I never had before. Well, friends, the fourth mistake, I used to try to keep up with other people. Well, this one is personal, okay? I used to spend money I didn't even have to impress people I didn't even like that much. New clothes, going out, buying things just to feel like I fit in or I looked successfully, okay? Social media made it even worse. Everyone seems to be living their best life, and I felt like I needed to match that. How I fixed it? I had to get honest with myself first, and I asked, am I doing this for me or for others? Most of the time, I was doing that for others. Once I stopped comparing my life to what I saw online, I started focusing on my own goals. My spending habit changed dramatically. Your bank account, okay, listen this very carefully. Your bank account doesn't care how good your photo looks like. The fifth mistake I used to make is having no emergency fund. Well, this one was probably my biggest mistake. I had zero savings set aside for emergencies, alright? So when something unexpected happened, a bill or a repair, well, anything, I had to either borrow money or put myself into debt. Okay? And that just made everything even worse. So how I fixed it, I started building an emergency fund, even with a very small amount. My goal was to save at least 3 months worth of expenses. I didn't get that easily. Okay, it wasn't that easy for me today. That didn't happen overnight, but I started with whatever I could, even $20 or $30 a month. Doing that changed my relationship with money completely. I stopped feeling anxious every time something unexpected come up. So those are the 5 money mistakes I used to make, and honestly, I'm not ashamed of them anymore. Every mistake taught me something. The important thing is that I learned, I adjust, and kept going. And if you recognize yourself in any of these mistakes, I want you to know it's not too late to change. Start today, start small, but just start, alright? Friends, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, and see you soon.